Today we'll talk about 10 investment opportunities for Filipino migrants or OFWs na actually pwede din sa mga local na tulad natin. This is from Peso Sense along with Commission on Filipinos Overseas. So really for OFWs. So let's get right into it. 10 investment opportunities. Number one na suggestion nila is real estate. House and lot, condo, or land for family use or retirement. It can generate rental income while you're abroad. So the purpose of this video is para mapag-usapan natin ng mabuti ano yung mga pros and mga cons. Now usually when people try to invite you to investing, syempre yung pro lang yung unang binibigay sa'yo. Like because you put money in, let's say 100 pesos, so you expect money back at a certain amount of time. Maybe double the money in maybe 5 years or something like that, 10 years. So, i-scale mo na lang kung 1,000, kung 100,000, kung 1 million yung nilagay mo, expect mo na meron siyang return at a certain amount of time. Now, each one of these assets, pag-uusapan natin, una yung real estate. So, first of all, maraming kinds of real estate. Hindi basta-basta na papasok ka lang tapos hindi mo alam anong purpose niya, ano yung mga costs na kasama ng real estate, ano yung mga costs of borrowing money for real estate. Although maganda yung mga offers from Pag-ibig, it's one of the best ways that you can build generational wealth by leveraging the money that can be lent by Pag-ibig. Pero run the numbers first, understand first, ano ba talaga ang purpose niya? Ipaparent mo ba siya? Or you wanna create maybe a commercial building? Think about these things first before going into real estate right away. Marami kasi siyang mga hidden costs na hindi natin alam agad-agad. Most especially paghiram ng pera for it. So yung keyword dyan is it can generate rental income while you're abroad, but it doesn't mean that it will. Without the proper planning and yung target market mo na, yung location mo, dapat alamin mo kung saan yung real estate na yun. Kasi sino ba ang pagsisilbihan ng real estate na yun if you're aiming for rental income, for example. So yun yung mga initial na tanong, like kailangan alamin mo muna kung anong purpose and para saan. Otherwise, stay out of it. Stay out of it first. Syempre, mga brokers, most of them, they will try to pressure you into buying right away. The best time is now. The best time is now. Actually, the best time is when you're ready and when you understand it and you know what you're getting into. You've run your numbers and you know there's a right time for it. So there will always be property to buy. There will always be property to sell. The economy will always inflate. Property will always go up in price. Yung at some point hahabo lang din yung sweldo natin. So there's always opportunity for it is what I'm saying. Not to say na i-procrastinate mo din pag napag-isip, yun lang, don't rush into it naman din. Take the right amount of time to consider this decision before going into it. Yun lang. Wag pa dalos-dalos. Number 2, franchising business. Invest in an established brand with a proven system. This is true. Ideal for migrants and family or partners managing operations in the Philippines. I've seen a number of people here in my own community na naging successful sa franchising na system. They just paid a certain sum of money to a franchising operator, tapos binigyan sa kanila yung system and then they operate it and then they get the profits every month. Pero yun, ang operations niya, and kung hindi ka talaga hands-on, madali kang madaya, merong pilferage, merong mga ganyan, mga sakit ng ulo sa employees. So, kung OFW ka, nasa labas ka, medyo mahirap ito. Tapos, hindi lahat ng OFW na meron tayong mapagkatiwalaan dito sa local na talaga magtatrabaho din for us na syempre, di ba, there has to be like certain arrangements and agreements between you. Pero kung local ka, tapos nakapag-ipon ka, gusto mo mag-franchise ng negosyo, o di mas ano yun kasi mas maka-hands-on ka and makikita mo talaga yung takbo araw-araw. Which is, yeah, that's a better idea. So, ito medyo risky itong franchising business, especially for OFWs. I think, itong gold investments naman, maganda siya. The risk for me is the storage. Kasi, syempre, pwede siyang nakawin. So if you are, kumbaga, kampante ka sa storage mo, meron kang safe, meron kang vault, or honestly, hindi ko alam kung merong mga banks na nag-offer ng services na yung parang vault storage service. It depends, no? Pero yun ang aking initial na thought. Maganda ang gold, stable. It will always go up in value. It's just that it's easy to steal. Yun naman yung challenge for me. Um, Philippine stock market, maintain your financial connection to the Philippines. That's nice. Invest online through local brokers or even while living abroad. You can do this. Okay, this is good. However, right now, the Philippine stock market is just not performing well when it comes to stock appreciation. Tabla yung takbo ng PSE ngayon. Maganda ang takbo sa US, sa ibang mga markets outside of the Philippines. You can invest in those markets. Mas maganda ang appreciation doon, mga ETF, ganun. Aralin natin sila. Merong ano dito mamaya. Pwede natin tingnan. Later down in this video. Tapos, yeah, ang challenge ko lang sa PSE is hindi maganda yung performance ng mga stocks ngayon. Palugi pa. Other people, ang ginagawa nila is they just buy dividend stocks for dividend income. So basically, yung mga stocks like mga MREIT, CREIT, and other blue chip stocks na nagre-release ng dividend incomes. You can research further on it. What are dividend paying stocks in the Philippines? And then you can sign up for a brokerage account like Dragonfly or COL Financial so you can avail of those dividend paying stocks, no? Okay ito sila kasi lower yung need for your presence and your active involvement in it. Medyo tingnan-tingnan mo lang siya sa yung online account from time to time, like maybe once or twice a week, pwede mo silipin. Tapos makita mo yung takbo ng pera. And then the key here with any kind of investing like this is to stay in the market. Huwag lang mag-panic. Especially pag bababa yung value niya, don't panic there. Just wait it out. Kasi historically speaking, yung mga pinakagrabe ng baba ng stock market, sinusundan agad yun ng mga pinakagrabe na paakyat. So, wag magpanic na pag bumaba siya, binenta mo agad lahat. Tapos nung umakyat na, wala na, loss ka na. Hindi mo na nabawi. So, the best thing to do when doing stock market and just like compound investing is stay in the market. Don't be short-sighted with your goal. Ito next, Pag-ibig MP2. Even as a migrant, you can still invest in the Philippines. So maganda to, tax-free dividends, ideal for future housing or retirement. Pag-ibig MP2, on average, ang annual na interest rate or dividend release ng Pag-ibig MP2 is around mga 5 to I think 7 or 8% per year. So maganda siya, 'di ba? Kung isipin mo, tax-free tapos yeah, it's a government subsidized na fund. The problem is, nakalock in siya for 5 years. Well, it's a problem and it's also a good thing in a way kasi nakalock siya for 5 years. Otherwise, kung babawiin mo siya in under 5 years, balik kalahati lang yung makukuha mo na interest rate doon sa pinundar mo. So, it's good in a way kasi ma-achieve mo talaga yung gusto mo ma-achieve in 5 years. So, syempre, hindi mo gagalawin yung pera mo as much as possible kasi meron kang parang guardrail. Pero ang issue ko lang sa kanya is yung liquidity. If I need the money right now, if I need some money in 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, 1 month from now, hindi ko siya basta-basta makukuha. Kailangan ko talaga intayin yung 5 years. Otherwise, lugi ako sa aking investment. No? So, yan. Next is mutual funds and UITFs. Ito yung one of the ways that we can invest right now in foreign markets such as the US, US S&P or Nasdaq, and then mga feeder funds ang tawag sa nila, UITF feeder funds. So you can explore these with your local banks or like yung mga big players natin sa banks, BDO, BPI, and other insurance companies. They also offer UITFs now. You can just explore it further. Actually, go to uitf.com.ph and then doon nyo makikita yung mga best performing na mga UITFs. So, ang ibig sabihin ng UITF ay Unit unit investment trust fund, yeah. Basta bumibili ka ng units instead of stocks tapos yung fund na yun makikita mo kung ano yung composition yung mga units na binibili mo. So, naka-diversify na yan siya. Ang problem lang sa UITF naman is meron siyang mga fees. So, malaki yung fees niya, mga 1.75, 2%, ganun. Merong iba 0.5. Depende kung anong fund. So, kailangan mo rin tingnan itong mga bagay na to. Does the growth justify the fee? For example, meron din naman talaga mga fund na maganda ang performance. So, you have to look at these things further. Pero for me, this is one of the best areas to start your investing journey kasi yung liquidity niya, madali mo lang din siya mabawi if you need to get some money. Hindi naman lahat, no? Don't like if you're committed to a long-term growth, wag mong kunin lahat ng money mo agad, nalugi lang konti. Pero in case there's an emergency perhaps or on the positive end, a great opportunity for you, then your money is liquid. Basically, it will just take 7 to 15 days and then the money is back in your account. Pwede mo na agad siya makuha. So, that's one good thing about this na medyo hindi siya mape-prevent ka from doing any impulse things. Pero, yun din, hindi ka din locked in for a very long time. No? So, under 1 month yung liquidity niya. Ito naman, insurance-based investments. Life, health, and long-term care plans with investment features. Protection while building your new life abroad. Okay, it's not for everyone. That's what I'll say. This only makes sense to a specific kind of person na malaki na yung naipon mo na money, for example, tapos kayang-kaya mo na yung mga fees and mga costs na kailangan mong bayaran sa mga insurance-based investments, then it will make sense for you, I think, in my opinion. Pero kung you're starting out, you just wanna grow your portfolio, insurance, depende sa risk na dala mo kung meron ka mga dependents, I love a lot of people, depending on you, the amount of insurance that you will need to protect them. That's another conversation. Pero pwede ka naman diretso bumili ng life insurance only, term life insurance only, health insurance only. Pero meron ding mga cases na nagme-make sense din. So it's a very personal matter that you need to speak to a financial advisor or an insurance advisor or several insurance advisors before, making your decision. And then, just watch out also for yung some insurance advisors that would push you to just pay for the most expensive product that you can, no? So kasi syempre, I was an insurance advisor myself, and on the contrary, I tried my best to ano naman yung pinakamura na pwede bilihin nung client. Depende lang din talaga sa kung anong need niya and anong capacity niya. So it shouldn't be a burden. It should actually add to their quality of life. No, parang merong konting challenge pero it should actually increase the quality of life of the client and their family. Anyway, I'm not affiliated with any insurance company now. I don't want to sell you anything with this video. I don't know in the future, pero dito, ito muna ang atin. We're just gonna look at like different kinds of investments here and comment on it and see what's best. So next, MSME, invest in micro, small, or medium enterprises in the Philippines to generate income. Can be managed by trusted family or partners while abroad. Again, mahirap kung ipagkatiwala mo to somebody tapos wala kayong clear na agreement on how people will get paid, for example, and then it's just a bit more challenging. I've heard a few stories from our OFWs na ganon, no? Parang they start a business here, tapos eventually parang nagka-clash kasi yung ownership, yung payment, ganon. Merong mga issues na nag-aarise. So you wanna avoid those things, pero perhaps with a clear agreement, like expectation of pay, how much ang lalagay mo, or pwede ba na, you can just be a capital investor. Merong mga ganun, pero masyado siyang malalim na, and if you're out of the country, mahirap. Pero kung andito ka, pwede pa. yung liquidity, again, yung liquidity, pero kung malaki ang risk, usually malaki din yung possible na return niya, 'di ba? Um, MSME, now, anong business ba yung papasukin mo din? 'Di ba, naintindihan mo ba yung business model niyan, yung system niya? Siguro, yeah, don't invest in something that you don't understand. If medyo naintindihan mo na to a certain degree, I mean, di mo naman siguro kaya intindihin lahat ng bagay about something. Meron naman talagang mga mas nakakaalam sa atin with other areas. Pero to a degree na, to a point na alam mo siguro yung business model niya and saan lumalabas and saan pumapasok yung pera, maintindihan mo yung margin, mga gano'n na bagay, mga basic na financial literacy. Puwede siguro, 'di ba, puwede. But again, it requires presence na naman. Ito, TD and REITs, na-mention ko na 'to kanina yung REIT. TD means, time deposit. Time deposits for secure returns or REITs. So, okey din itong time deposit, especially yung merong mga online or digital banks ngayon na malalaki yung returns for time deposit, 5 to up to mga 8% ang nakita ko so far. Parang meron pa atang mas malaki doon, pero yung mga big banks natin such as, BDO and BPI, merong mga na-overhear ko lang nandun ako sa BDO, parang tinatawagan nung teller yung kanilang client. Sabi niya, "Oh, ma'am, ito yung money niyo dito, ma'am, 90 days na, gusto niyo i-rolling lang natin uli." Tinatanong lang nila kung papatuloy lang, so patungan yung interest, nag-gain siya interest, tapos yun na namang money na yun, yung bago na amount na money, iro-roll na naman nila for 90 days. So, some people, they like that, yung mga amounts ng pera na nandun, mga nasa 5, 10 million, 'di ba? Malalaking quantity ng pera na din. Ah, ito parang para sa akin mas okay siya in the short term or in the mid 3 to 6 months na term. Kung hindi mo lang talaga alam saan nilagay yung money, pwede dito na muna habang nag-iisip ka pa, you're taking some time. So at least, 'di ba, ganda siya. Bed and breakfast, invest in a teka, adjust natin konti. In a small lodging business for tourism or local travel. Can generate, oops, sorry. Asan na yun? Can generate, yeah, it can generate steady income while being managed by trusted partners. Ganun pa din yung issue for me. You just have to consider kung sino yung kausap mo, sino yung mapagkatiwalaan mo, pero it feels like it requires your presence, yung bed and breakfast. No? Let's check out some comments here. Interested sa time deposit at REIT. Exactly, yeah. The REITs, say real estate investment trust. So, it can still gain, hindi ko pala napag-usapan yung kanina. It can still gain some rental income for you. So, hindi masyado grabe yung appreciation niya, pero nagre-release siya ng dividends depending on the terms of the fund. Some release monthly, some release every 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, or merong iba annual. Pero yeah, mas maganda yung frequent, 'di ba? Yung in my opinion, mas useful yun siya for me. Right now sa time deposit, sana makabaka siya. I'm eyeing Welcome Rural Bank with 5% monthly interest for the 1-year plan. Yes, 5%. Yeah, it's 5% per annum. Hindi monthly. Posible. Posible yung posible na yung 5% per month. No, that's too good to be true. No bank will give that kind of interest rate. Time deposit. Chase your dreams harder than ever. Good morning. Kape at saka PisoNet. Okay, pwede. Anyone here that can help manage my investments? Okay, Maurice. Gold, MP2 and life insurance pa lang ako and planning to have a business para makapag for good na din. Paldo sa gold. Yep, gold. Okay. So, meron tayong mga ibang commenters na gold ang kanila naman. Yeah, just depends on you. Again, for me, if you have a reliable storage facility at home, in your own home, na medyo nakatago siya and, it's your secret vault or something like that, mahirap lang yung I don't know how it will work for a Filipino migrant if you're gonna invest in gold. But perhaps where you are, 'di ba? Mabibitbit mo naman din yung gold, pero yung transporting it, ganun din, 'di ba? Parang it might there's a risk of losing it while you're transporting it. So, something just, an overview lang muna ngayon. Tingnan lang natin kung ano yung mga possibilities. What about you? Anong so far sa mga natingnan natin dito, ano yung mga nag-hit sa'yo sa tingin mo na parang, "Okey, maganda 'to for me. Ito siguro yung akin." 'No, let me know in the comments below. And then, yeah, we will explore these further. Ako, mas interested ako sa ngayon dito sa mga UITFs and mutual funds, and then, yeah, diyan muna. Yan muna ang focus ko. Well, that's it for me. So, thank you so much for hanging out today, and then I'll see you in the next video.